images almost speak for themselves. A warm welcome, smiling exchanges, and a clear closeness between the two heads of state. In Niamey, the atmosphere is decidedly cordial. A highly symbolic moment after months of strained relations between Cotonou and its Nigerian neighbor. During their talks, both sides hailed the historic ties of brotherhood, friendship, and cooperation between the two countries, showing a shared ambition to revitalize bilateral dynamics and raise them to meet the expectations of their people. Security, the fight against terrorism, economic, political, scientific, and cultural cooperation. The issues are many, but one point stands out: the shared desire to remove the obstacles that are still hindering relations between the two states.
Joint Communiqué. At the invitation of His Excellence, General of the Army Abdourahamane Tiani, President of the Republic of Niger, Head of State, His Excellence Romuald Wadagni, Minister of State for Economy and Finance of the Republic of Benin, Special Envoy of His Excellence Mr. Patrice Talon, President of the Republic of Benin, Head of State, was warmly welcomed by His Excellence General of the Army Abdourahamane Tiani, President of the Republic of Niger, Head of State, in a fraternal spirit that characterizes the age-old and privileged relations between the peoples of the two countries. This visit to Niger follows the tradition of exchange and consultation between neighboring states. It testifies to the shared will to further consolidate the bonds of friendship, brotherhood, and active cooperation that unite Benin and Niger. The Special Envoy and the President of the Republic of Niger held a one-on-one meeting, followed by a working session expanded to include members of both delegations on several subjects of common interest. The exchanges took place in an atmosphere of great cordiality and allowed for an in-depth examination of the challenges facing both countries, as well as major current issues at the sub-regional and international levels. During their talks, both parties welcomed the long-standing relations of brotherhood, friendship, and cooperation linking Niger and Benin, and reaffirmed their shared desire to boost bilateral cooperation to match their ambitions and the legitimate expectations of their respective peoples, who aspire to peace and security. To development. Regarding security, the two presidents discussed the terrorist threat in the Sahel in West Africa. They reaffirmed their commitment to join forces to fight the scourge of terrorism and banditry that has plagued the sub-region for several years, and which compromises the effective implementation of all development programs initiated by their country's governments. The two presidents declared their conviction of the need to strengthen political, economic, scientific, and cultural cooperation between the two countries and agreed to increase mutual exchanges at all levels, notably through the regular holding of the Niger-Benin Joint Cooperation Commission. They expressed their commitment to work towards removing all obstacles to strengthening cooperation between the two countries, notably the reopening of the Benin-Niger border. A committee of experts tasked with identifying and removing these obstacles has been established for this purpose. They have a 15-day deadline to submit the report to the two heads of state. His Excellence Army General Abdourahamane Tiani, President of the Republic and Head of State, expressed his sincere thanks to his brother and counterpart from Benin for his visit to Niger. His Excellence Romuald Wadagni, President of the Republic of Niger, President of the Republic of Benin, and Head of State, expressed his sincere thanks to his brother and counterpart from Niger for the warm and fraternal welcome extended to him and his delegation. His Excellence Romuald Wadagni, President of the Republic of Benin, invited His Excellence Army General Abdourahamane Tiani, President of the Republic of Niger and Head of State, to pay an official visit to Benin. This invitation was accepted with gratitude, and the date will be set through diplomatic channels. Done in Niamey on June 2, 2024. Thank you.
After months of tension, closed borders, and diplomatic silence, Benin and Niger have just taken a significant step toward reconciliation. On June 2, 2026, Benin's President Romuald Wadagni made an official visit to Niamey, where he was warmly received by Niger's military leader, General Abdourahamane Tiani. The images speak for themselves: warm handshakes, close interactions, and a clear desire to reset relations. But let us not forget what brought these two nations to the breaking point. For nearly 3 years, the border between Benin and Niger remained sealed. Benin, a member of ECOWAS, enforced sanctions against Niger following the July 2023 coup. The consequences were severe. Niger, a landlocked nation, saw its access to the port of Cotonou cut off. Benin, in turn, lost billions of CFA francs in transit fees. The $4 billion Niger-Benin oil pipeline, financed by China's CNPC, was weaponized. Niger turned off the pumps. The steel serpent went silent. Now, both leaders have declared their intention to lift all obstacles to cooperation. A joint committee of experts has been given just 15 days to identify and remove every barrier, including the reopening of the border. That is an extraordinarily tight deadline. It suggests genuine political will, but also raises a critical question. After nearly 3 years of mistrust, can trust be rebuilt in 2 weeks? Let us look at the key factors shaping the future. First, the economy. For Benin, reopening the border is not just a diplomatic gesture, it is an economic necessity. The port of Cotonou has suffered tremendously. Transit traffic that once flowed through Benin has permanently rerouted to Lomé, Togo. Even if the border reopens tomorrow, will Nigerian traders return? Not immediately. Trust, once broken, takes years to rebuild. The committee's work must go beyond removing physical barriers. It must restore confidence in the corridor. For Niger, the calculation is different. Niger has proven it can survive without Benin. It has diversified its trade routes through Togo and explored alternatives through Chad and Algeria. The ball is in Benin's court. Niger will reopen the border only if it sees genuine, lasting benefits, not a return to the old extractive relationship. Second, security. Both leaders identified the terrorist threat in the Sahel and West Africa as a common enemy. This is a powerful unifying force. Benin has suffered attacks in its northern regions, including the deadly W National Park assault that killed 54 soldiers in April 2025. Niger faces relentless jihadist violence. A coordinated security approach, intelligence sharing, joint patrols, and border cooperation is in the interest of both nations. This could become the anchor of the new relationship. Third, the political dimension. President Wadagni represents a civilian government that remains aligned with ECOWAS and Western partners. General Tiani leads a military junta that has broken with France, embraced Russia, and championed the alliance of Sahel states, AES. Their political trajectories could not be more different. Yet, here they are, sitting across the table. This tells us something important. Pragmatism is overriding ideology. National interests, trade, security, development are bringing them together. So what does the future hold? In the short term, expect the border to reopen within weeks. The economic pressure on both sides is too great to delay, but a reopened border is not the same as restored relations. The real test will come in the months ahead. Will trade volumes return to pre-crisis levels? Will the oil pipeline flow at full capacity? Will the joint security cooperation become operational? In the medium term, Benin will have to navigate a delicate balancing act. It must maintain its ties with the West while deepening cooperation with Niger and the AES. Wadagni's government appears to be pursuing a pragmatic, multi-aligned foreign policy, engaging with ECOWAS, the European Union, and China, while also reaching out to the Sahel states. This is a difficult path, but it may be the only viable one. In the long term, the relationship between Benin and Niger will never be what it was. The old model, where Benin collected rent from a dependent Niger, is dead. The new model must be one of equals, mutual benefit, shared security, and genuine partnership. That is a much higher standard. Whether Wadagni and Tiani can meet it remains to be seen. One thing is certain: the 15-day deadline is fast approaching. By mid-June, we will know whether this rapprochement is real or just another diplomatic mirage. Voice of Africa will be watching.